Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition, scintillating episode of Redefinitions.
Redefinition.
My names remain
My name is
Akorede,
Ololade
Zachariah,
Aishat.
Muritada. Hi, guys. Good evening.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
This should be episode 4.
Episode 4,
Welcome
season
to
3.
episode 4, season 3
Welcome.
of Redefinitions.
Redefinitions.
Where we have scintillating conversations
Scintillating.
about things things that will move you forward in life.
Forward ever, backward
This
never.
conversation is a destiny helping conversation.
Destiny changer.
Oh,
you
God.
are a destiny changer.
Oh God.
Come and change my destiny today.
Welcome, guys. We do shenanigans are too much. That's why we'll be going into 1 hour. Let's focus.
We should focus. The Holy Ghost will help us to focus.
Yes.
The focus of the focus will be focused.
You are still not focused.
I'm focused. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome
Hi,
to
good
another
day,
edition,
good day.
episode of Redefinitions. My name is Akorede Zachariah, and this is my focus voice.
Your focus name needs to change. Which one is Zachariah?
All right. Good evening, guys. I don't know why I'm saying good evening.
Good morning.
I don't know.
It's because it's evening.
Hello. Yeah, we're shooting the evening somewhere in Ojodu Bega, Lagos, Nigeria. And Kimini, Canada.
I thought we're focusing.
Sorry, let's focus. My friends and darlings. Thank you
You
for.
don't have darlings.
Oh, sorry, my friend and darling.
Thank you.
Lord is my darling. It's
Thank you.
every good relationship needs a twang of jealousy, just small. Right? All right, guys.
Let's be focused.
Let's be focused.
Yeah.
Let's be focused. We're here to talk about friendship.
Part 2.
Part two.
We talked about the first part.
So we've been focusing on relationships,
Yep.
and we spoke about the first episode 1, season 3.
It was a general
Was a
overview.
general overview of the importance of relationships, the fact that, and I like doing this recap, so this is very good.
What's with the voice?
That God created
This is
you
the problem.
for,
I have a
for
joke.
relationship.
I have a joke with. Is it how you people that phone will making you call God gird?
Let's be focused, laddie. So that God,
Thank you.
the most beneficial, the most merciful,
Let's know who are directing our
the
prayers.
most beneficial, the most merciful God of heaven,
Oh my
God of Abraham, the
God.
God of Jacob, the God of Isaac, the God of Israel.
Let me try this again.
God, no, she's giving feedback.
Is it?
Yeah. God created you for relationship, and you can't exist outside it. You can't fulfill purpose without relationship. Hey, tie. Last episode I was talking about dominion. Now I'm talking about purpose. Yeah, you can't do the things God has called you to do. God has created you to do. God has framed you to do. God has made you to do the way you are now. Is the God that made you the way you are. If
Yeah.
you can talk a lot, is God. If you cannot talk as much, is God. If you are quiet, is God. If you are gentle, is God. Apart from human interferences, but general idea is that God framed you for certain beautiful destiny, with beautiful life, and He has designed it such that you would need relationships to get there, and it's very important that we focus on that focus for this season, and we're going to drag this. We're going to ride this, not drag, for as long as it's necessary before we move on to something else. But it's very important, and we started that first episode. If you haven't listened to it, it would be good. It gives a background to everything we're talking about the importance of it. Second episode, Ladi, what did we talk about?
We talked about family and how that God is the one that puts us in families, That's one of the decisions that we did not make by ourselves. It's purely divine providence. And regardless of how because of the state of the world, as per the world is a fallen world, right? You might not necessarily have had a good experience with the family that, again, it's not God's fault.
Yeah.
You understand? Is the fault of the fallen world. You get? But then also God knows how to reroute and rewrite and
Absolutely.
and arrange. You understand? But that the family that unit that you come from is very critical, and how that you should realize that that's a resource from God and it's a resource from heaven, and tap into it and don't look down on it or devalue it. Your brothers, your sisters, very critical, very important. Embrace such relationships, build such relationships, and then if they are born again, that's an added advantage. If you have a brother or a sister that is born again, that is an added
Your parents
advantage.
are born again.
That's a huge.
It does not matter whether they don't go to your Rema speaking church.
I'm telling
it does
you.
not matter whether they go to fire and brimstone, whatever church they go to. It does not matter.
It's a huge advantage.
I'm tired of you Gen Zs and Gen Zs
my
and
God.
millennials thinking that Jesus started with you
It did not.
because you're speaking English.
Didn't.
Because your
In
pastor
fact,
is wearing trainers.
The fact that you are
It's very
here,
trainers.
the fact that why you like this?
This is where pastors want to feel cool. And you be like, nah, like nah.
Like Esther,
Nah. But yeah, your parents are your godly parents are
Yeah.
huge. I wish I had what you are messing around with.
Yeah.
What you are belittling. Oh
Yeah.
my
So
God.
don't belittle it.
Don't belittle it. Your mother can pray.
Hey?
Hey, Yigabarapa.
I remember one time.
Your mother can pray.
Crazy, I remember
You
one
should be
time.
having prayer point on a monthly basis.
Crazy,
Be reporting people at office.
There's something-
Mommy Ogami, Michael Orukwe, Ebam Gipelo, Egba, and you now say you say offering. You buy food.
God.
Your father is a pastor. You've seen him lay hands on people. Say Sunday morning, say, we're not going anywhere. I say, Daddy, what? See that anointing.
You've started
You
from
must
here.
use it here. He said, no. It's the spirit.
But
Say,
because you are seeing your daddy at
You
home,
will now
eating,
say,
relaxed,
yes.
upset, all of that. You
He
know.
said, Daddy, no. Sweeping is different from this one. No. That is not sweeping. Has nothing to do with this. Is your offering, sir. You package the offering.
We need to learn how to really, really utilize this.
You
God-given
package the offering. You say, you go in the morning, you say, I want to introduce the greatest man of God that ever lived. Let the man be looking and say, is
Who
that
are you
the Jew?
talking about?
Say, it's you now.
It's how we know how to hype people outside.
I'm telling you, when you hype him in the house like that, you think he does not get him. The man will be on the altar
I'm
like
telling
the
you.
thing is flowing, is looking for you. Take it. And he will force you into
I
destiny.
they tell you.
Please,
Oh my
please.
God.
That's the episode I said that it would be embarrassing for my son to come and say he has his spiritual father.
Yeah.
I'll just die. I'll just go to heaven. I'm telling you, the day my son comes home and says, Dad, my spiritual father, your spiritual father.
What you say?
I'll shake
Pastor,
him.
my mentor.
I'll say, thank you, Orife. Thank you, Judah. We see in the great beyond.
Then I'll great beyond.
My job here is done. I must be their spiritual father. Now, someone can anoint them, can pour oil on them, can give them mantle. If you like, give them mantle from here. All the mantles that I've left, I am their spiritual father. I am their spiritual father. I am. Because is it important? I'll teach them to pray. I'll teach them the word. They will take it. They will take, oh my God. I will colonize their
I'm
brain.
telling you. That's the plan. That's the plan. Let's be
Only for my trouble today.
Don't be angry.
You have parents. You are wasting anointing. You now like church hurt. Please, there's church hurt.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm
That's
not
not the
talking about
conversation
church,
at
but
the moment.
please forgive your father.
I'm telling you.
Take the anointing.
He's a man. Before he's a man of God, he's a man.
And your pastor is probably not better than your father.
You just don't live
You
with
don't
him.
live with him.
You're not in his house. You don't.
Imagine me now. Someone as a born again father has been praying for him for 30 years. Now says me, Korede, Bado snare, bad guy or P. That I don't look at you and say, no. Because me, I'm sorting my life as I'm
telling you.
sorting our lives, as I'm trying to help you in God. But please, but like, that was a fantastic summary of the second episode. And the third episode we spoke about
Friendship.
and we went heavy. Jesus,
I thought it was going to be.
it was supposed to
very
be like,
chill.
just chill, just your friend,
oh,
call
your
your
friend,
friends,
I'm
love your
telling you,
friends, take care of
forgive
your
your friend, I'm
friends,
telling you.
forgive your friends. But let the moment we just win, your friend, you look at that, you were looking for trouble and looking for trouble. At the end, we landed that if you listen to the episode and you listen to it, by the time you are finished, if you are going on the road, you will probably branch Mega Chicken. Before you get to, you buy something for your friend. You will hug your friend. You say, "Oh, thank you." Some people will go back and say, "Oh God, this thing you are doing will kill you." I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Because spoke about
Honesty.
protecting your friends.
Yeah.
Spoke about protection from a friendship point of view, and it requires honesty and vulnerability. We spoke about loving your friends.
Yeah.
Right. Many good things.
One of the important things for me in that episode, was when you talked about protection even before your friend gets into trouble, right?
So
because we talk a lot about protection when your friend is in trouble in a crisis, right? But we must commit ourselves to protecting one another even before.
Yeah, and then we also balance that by saying that your friends don't need to be perfect. Your friends will fall.
Yeah.
You will fall.
Yeah.
And one of the you might fall.
You will not in the name of
you will not fall in Jesus' name. You'll be stand
in the name of Jesus. And having done all to stand.
You will stand.
In the name of
Anything that
Jesus.
says you will fall, toothpick will choke it and it will burst in Jesus' name. Amen. Anyways, so we said that you will be there for your friends.
Yeah.
Whether it's their fault or not. That your pregnant friend.
Yeah.
I tell people that fornication is bad. Pregnancy is good.
Pregnancy is good. It's a blessing.
Yeah, pregnancy is good. Fornication is bad. So when your friend is fornicating, that's the time to shout and abuse and step aside.
Exactly. Don't keep quiet and just be looking.
But when your friend is pregnant, that's where you will stay with her. You will make sure she does not crumble under depression and pass it to another generation.
Exactly.
You will make sure that anybody that speaks bad about her, you will
shield her.
support.
You will shield
because
her
you
from
know
people.
that in that season, people will leave her. Parents will be abusing her. That's when you'll be going to her house.
Every
You will
time.
make her hair. You
Yeah.
say, what are you talking about? You remind her of who Jesus
This is
is.
solid,
You like
solid,
that
solid.
Jesus has forgiven
This is when you can
your
preach
sin.
the gospel. This is when the gospel will be in.
Your friend's face will now be bright.
I'm telling
she will now
you.
be blessing
She will
her
not be
child.
ashamed.
She will not be ashamed. She will be strong.
Yeah.
They will even say that you self you're a bad
You self,
person.
exactly.
Your parents will say you go on that you will soon be pregnant, but that's not it. You know that
you will not
your friend needs you in that season. If you're a boy and your friend has impregnated someone, you say, guy, forget that thing. And God has forgiven you. We will take care of that child. We will make commitments that you don't have. Say, me, I will support you. You get,
And you will support as
you will
to
call
the best
yourself
of your ability.
Godfather.
As they
You will
tell
be
you,
posting. You go to the place. You will check on. You will do everything. You pray for him. You tell him to start. You tell him he must not drop out from school. He must finish school. He must not negotiate his dreams. And if he says he must marry the girl, you say lie over your dead body. It's not a must that you impregnate someone. Does not mean you must marry the person. And if a girl too, I say, I want to phone me alone, I have to marry him, because I say no, that this shame you will not permanent. This shame will not be permanent. Because sometimes I'm serious. So you impregnate, you does not mean you have to marry the person.
True.
You get, doesn't mean you have to marry the person, please. But you will be there for your friend in crisis. When your friend steals money and he gets caught, ladies and gentlemen, you are the friend of a thief.
Oh, God.
You will stay there. If he was your friend before he stole,
Don't run away.
he has to be your friend after he stole. If EFCC should carry your friend, you will stay far so that they will not carry you. Right? You will dress with suit and
they
tie
tell you, so
when
you know
go
you're
and visit
irresponsible.
him.
You're
You will take your
irresponsible
daddy with
fellow, I'm
you.
telling
You will
you.
take a lawyer, but you will visit your friend. Even your friend is in sick, you will sit by his side. You will sit by him. If they post, this friend needs favor, everybody, you must be the first to contribute to that pocket. We will be there for our friends. Well, we talked about protecting our
I feel like
friends.
this is such a... like this should have happened at the end of that last episode. Check her end.
And add it to the last episode. No. Okay,
God.
so that's what
Wow.
we said
That's
last,
amazing.
and I want to continue around friendship today.
Yeah.
And today we want to talk about friendship from a promotion that. So the first time we talk about protecting, like one of the critical things for friendship is to protect your friends, right? And we said when they before they fall into issue, you protect them to ensure that they don't fall, and that if they do fall, you go into that
Stay
thing
with
with them to pull them out.
Yeah.
And that's a strong vertical that we talked about. And today we want to talk about friendships that promote. How do we make ourselves better as friends? How do we elevate one another? How do we make sure that people in our lives and we in the lives of people is for that upward liftment, that your friend becomes better, and not just generally, but even specifically. You get, how do you make your friend a better person? And that's what we want to talk about today. Ladi,
What?
there's a song playing. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the song.
Wow. It is very
It's
loud.
very loud. It's an interesting song. Okay, all right.
Do you
So
know this one?
I don't know. It just sounds like all those Oriental sisters. Enjoy the song. Anyways,
Soundtrack under
so I'm trying to I'm trying to think of my friends that make me better.
Okay.
The Bible talks about friends sharpening each other's countenance.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. It's like a knife. A knife inherently is designed to be sharp.
Yeah.
It's designed to cut. It's
Yeah.
supposed to have that cutting edge, right? But many times knives get blunt.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I shall know that knives, the edges get blunt. And the Bible is saying that when iron hits iron or rubs off on iron,
Yeah.
what you will have is sharpened edges, such that, think about it like this in terms of purpose, that your friends are critical instruments to the fulfillment of your purpose. And they do that by making you better, by promoting you. It means that if I met your friend and you were at level B, that friendship should account for 5 steps.
Yeah.
You have to know that, and in different areas. So I have friends that, for my mental health, they make me better mental healthily, right? Last episode we're talking about prayers, and we're talking about, I was giving an example of my friend who we kind of started praying, not together, separately, but we kind of like stretched prayers, like putting more hours or more minutes into it. And we didn't even tell each other, you get. And then we realized that, I'm doing this. Oh, you're doing this. This is a song that we see every day. And then that kind of climax to my spiritual father coming to the house to bless us and then releasing prophetic words over us. And with that happening, for me, that was like, okay, I've climbed the mountain. I've gotten what I need to get. Now we go back to just normal everyday kind of, keep it simple prayer. And then I meet him again. And he was around for the prayers. I meet him again and he says, that prayer, I'm still praying on. I say, you're praying on? Okay. It means that, so he encouraged me to pray on. And the Lord also gave an example of a friend in church a while back, while she had a dream. She wanted to just like get the juice of the dream, and then she decided to stay back and pray after service. And then the friend just came and held hands with her and then kind of helped her push in the place of prayer. So we see that friends are for our promotion. Relationships are for our promotion. And we have to demand, that's the word. You have to demand growth in your life as a result of the friendships and the relationships that you have. You must demand growth. You in the last episode we spoke about stock taking and accounting, you have to sit down from time to time and ask yourself, these guys, these ladies, these men, these ministers, do they account for growth in my life? And what area of growth do they account for? Now, let's be careful. I want to throw a spanner. We are too. I'm always very careful around edgy messaging where we talk around things like, you can outgrow your circle.
Okay.
Whilst that is true, I don't think it's something we preach, because I think that it breeds suspicion. So imagine you're going to a place where they're telling you
a sense of superiority.
Sense of superiority and suspicion. It just shows a very
there's a
it's like a slimy.
There's a thing, yeah.
It's a wisdom. So some things are wise.
Yeah.
But the Bible says it's not from above.
Yeah.
So
all wisdom is not from God.
So everything that
sounds
that is actually wise. It's actually a wisdom. It's just not the wisdom of the kingdom.
Yeah.
You get. And many people that outgrow, in quotes, their friends, many times they grow malignantly. Like the growth is not healthy growth.
Okay.
Right? Because we don't compete with our friends. We complement our friends.
It's not that this is the standard we all started with.
Yeah.
Like say for example, when you wrote WAEC, there are people that you wrote WAEC with.
Yeah.
Just a loose example.
Yeah.
And then let's say you are fortunate for some reason to go to a private school,
Yeah.
and they went to Lagos State University,
Yeah.
for example, and then all of a sudden you have outgrown them.
Yeah, I have grown that circle.
That circle.
So let me even make it more. Okay, so we're friends. Then we both got 2 jobs. One got a job in Shell.
Yeah.
The other one got a job in civil service.
Yeah, true.
You then say that you have outgrown that because you are earning 2 million and is scrapping together 200. Now, friendship is not just a social construct.
It's not exactly, or even a financial.
That's why we end up fine girls are friends with fine girls.
Yeah.
Right? Posh girls are friends with posh girls. And you then find out that we're not really adding to one another, because the basis of friendship is value.
Yeah.
It's actually kingdom value.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether I'm progressing in quotes. If my friend, if I, for one, identify and commit to living by kingdom values, and I then with that prism and that shade, make friends, value friends, rate my friends in line with those values. It doesn't matter whether the economics shift.
Yeah.
You get. In fact, it's safer.
This exactly.
Right? Because we relate based on value. A believer, a Christian must, or someone who is even not just, someone who wants to succeed in the things that truly matters must choose friendships based on values. And once those values are there,
must have values.
You can't, in quote, outgrow those values. So let's give an example. Let's say honesty is a value in friendship, which must be. It means that whether he has money or not, whether he's pretty or not, whether he's moving as fast as I am or not, as long as he's not trading off honesty, he's going to be my friend.
Yeah.
Faith is a value. Because again, so that it does not look like, say, we're saying you must be. Now, if my friend we do decide to live by faith.
Yeah.
If that faith work remains a value with him, then it would always be my friend. It doesn't mean I won't live in Banana Island. I might live in Banana Island, but I might have to be going to Isaleko to meet my friend. And my friend will have to come to Banana Island to meet me because those things. Let me say this. True values, the values of the kingdom are scarce. They are scarce. They are not top of the shelf values. They are things that they are secret place issues. And that's why it means I laugh when we talk about secret place and we make it like Superman, like Batman, like a movie. No, it's heart to God.
Yeah.
Now I want to be friends with people that have heart to God.
Yeah.
Right? I want those are the people I want as my friends. Because there are days where my head will betray my heart to God. So I need a friend whose heart is to God.
Yeah.
Such that he can bring me back. Sometimes, what God is saying is too big for my head. Right? I need a friend that can say, forget your head. I see this in you.
Yeah.
I see the call of God on your life. I recognize it on you, and we'll go for it together. We'll pray about it together. I need friends that will not allow me settle for anything lesser than God will have for me morally, spiritually, financially, and in every area of my life. So values. So once we have those values, they create like eternal bonds.
Yeah.
And that's why you hear, someone's always telling me around Daddy Gio's friends that Daddy Gio has, because ministry-wise, Daddy Gio is like top dog, right? Like top of the chain, right? And there are few people that don't see him, and it's difficult for him to have friends on a ministry level. Right? When you see that picture of that Gio traveling to Otta and then putting his hands on Bishop David, like, okay, who will now be his friend? Do you understand? But I know people that tell me, if I met one of his friends who is like just a born-again university professor.
Yeah.
And people say that anywhere the Baba will travel down, you get, and go and sit with his friend. Like he will be there. And said these ones, they call him by first name.
I feel like the higher you go, the more successful you become. You need, it becomes a critical need.
That's what actually crashes most people. That's how you actually get promoted without self-sabotaging. Is to identify quickly now the values, the kingdom values, and the friends in your life that are living by those values, and covenant with them to say, guy, you know that friend that will not allow you cheat on your wife.
Yeah, true.
Because even now, is not allowing you cheat on your girlfriend.
Exactly.
He can't understand. When you try to tell him, no, it's not like that. She's just getting close. Like, okay, what you're saying, So those are the friends that kind of are for our lifting.
Yeah.
Right? So let's be careful with this. You have now succeeded beyond that circle. I mean, your success is very relative, and in the weight of things, it's not really as important or as valuable as those life values of honesty, of kindness.
Yeah.
You have a friend that you can't talk roughly to people when you're near him. You want to keep that guy close because you will get bad, die. You'll be successful, and you don't want to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
You don't, there are people you fear. You probably see yourself there, right? Like, so you need that friend that keeps your head in shape, right? Who is there for you and who loves you and all that. So that's critical. That being said, because I needed to give that balance, right? That being said, our friends yet must be fuel for our acceleration. They must be engines. And how do they how do they do that? And I'm going to mention a number of things. So we promote our friends when we are faith driven.
Yeah.
And it's a critical thing that we must bring. Many times what our friends need is our ability to believe along with them.
Yes.
Now, we are supposed to be like catalogs for the dreams and the aspirations of our friends.
Exactly.
And then we are there to inject faith. We are supposed to be believers. There is boxers used to have that. The last episode I talked about not being psycho fans, right?
Yeah.
Then now I'm going to talk about good psycho fans. You have to be psycho fan to your friends' dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
You are supposed to call your friends by their dreams and aspirations. That's your job. Your job as a friend is to tell your friend that she's beautiful. Don't wait till she's getting married. That marriage evening, you not start telling, hey, but the girl knows that she has esteem issues, and it will crush her marriage because after that day of the makeup, when they clean the eye, when she sees herself, she knows that she's not really beautiful, and then she's suspecting her husband. It's because one, she didn't have people in her life that moved her out of that mess to say, God's hand is on you. Babe, you are fine. Are you okay? See you. Forget your own. Even if you're not really fine, you say your own is natural beauty.
I'm telling you.
Your own is natural beauty. You say, oh, when you make up like this, they blow. We must inject faith into our friends.
So I have a very classic example of this particular example. Not this particular one, but it's such a good example. Right? So when I finished secondary school, all through my school experience, I'm very brilliant, like brain brilliant wise, right? So all through I excelled. I wrote WAEC, I failed physics. Then I wrote GC, and I had to write GC like 3 times.
Oh.
And I was just failing. Literally all through, I'll just pass English. Like I'll have A1 in English and everything, E's, F's. So it was really, so imagine 3 times. And then it messed with my self esteem in that regard. So I really thought that maybe it was I've had a good run, and then from this moment my brain is not functioning properly. My mom tried, she spoke to me and all of that. She called my uncle Sam spoke to me, but it wasn't just penetrating, right? And so our TV has gone off.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so as crazy as what I'm just saying with people. So anyways, I got into university, and I still had that same, even though I wanted to like push, and I had drive to work hard, right? But I didn't believe that I didn't think that I was anything special. I didn't think that I had the brains. I didn't think anything. And then I met Annie, and Annie would always tell me, do you know when I believed this thing was final year?
Wow.
This was 100 level, 200 level. She would tell me that the reason she was my friend is because I'm brainy. The reason she's my friend, I would now tell her, you are also very brilliant. That's the reason I want to be your friend.
And the thing is, many times, it's not just empty hypes. The truth is, many times we are blinded to our own good side.
Yeah, true.
Some of us are blinded to our good side, and you need that friend, or we are overwhelmed by our problem.
Exactly.
So you see that
I think that was
you are better than who you think you are, or the problems are not as big as you think they are. So you need friends to remind you. So it's one of our jobs. And in selecting friends, you have to be skillful around it. People that call out your best. And another job we have is to call out each other's best. You need to stay, and worldly people do it. They call themselves in line with the vanities and the wrong things they do. So they say, Oshomo one. Exactly. But believers, many times we are like, no, tell your friend you they preach. Say, guy, you they preach. Say, that thing, we need to elevate and push ourselves. Tell your friends you're creative. You sing well. If they sing well, we have to. And again, like I always say, don't hear this and like, oh, then start judging all your friends. You be that
You
person.
be that person,
You
right?
be that person. Let people come into your space. If he says, I have someone that she's afraid to tell me anything. It's like, you won't let someone rest.
I'm
now.
telling you.
Like, so recently she's starting a podcast and then she sent me this thing. And I wanted to say, I can't remember what it was. So I called myself like, okay, she's going to say I'm pressuring her. Something like that. So I said, 1, congratulations. 2, this. And then number 3, this said, I knew you were. I knew you were going to say this. I said that was why I said congratulations. And that's why it's number 3, or number 1. But my job is to push you because I see greatness. We have to see greatness in our friends. That's why you chose them to be your friends. So that's then, like, why do you want to be a friend with someone that's not going anywhere? Why do you want to be someone that's not ambitious, right? Don't be friends with someone that's not ambitious. It's going to drag you into the mud. I'm not saying people that are not conflicted. We are all conflicted in a way, but people must be healthy, and it's our job to even make each other healthier, right? So many people suffer self-esteem and say, this was what I'm going to say, oh, this is so good. Is that let's not gather around our problems as friends.
We do that.
Oh,
we
Jesus.
do that a lot.
We gather around our problems as friends.
Oh my God.
Sometimes
we even pick friends based on our problems at that moment. We form a community.
A community of the defeated.
Pity partiers. Pity partiers.
Just burn that candle.
I'm telling you.
We cannot. Don't. If you have issues, don't go and carry someone that has the same issue.
You not gather
you say no. He
that.
Understands. He can feel. He's not Jesus, and Jesus is not feel the infirmities and stayed there. He felt an infirmity, but he went and he obtained something better for us. So friends are not just people that feel your infirmity.
They must move you out of it.
That's what we're talking about the last time.
You out of it.
So you need friends. So for example, shout out to my friend Ife. I call he's my teacher. I call him, I say, Baba. Ife is someone that is excited around the word of God. He's excited around the word of God. He's like there's that pop. It's like a mountain that's about to erupt. He's always like that. So when I go near him, like say, Kwedi, there are few people that I can share this thing with like you. In my mind, I say, please keep sharing. He says, I talk a lot, but when I'm with Ife, trust me, Ife does 70% of the talking because that's what he calls out the best in me. He sees the best in me. And all that. And we do well with people that see the best in us. We do well with people that encourage us. We do better with people that say, oh, you can do it. People that appreciate our effort. So that is a major part of being a promotional force, a lifting force in the lives of our friends, right? So let's do that. Let's practice that. So that's friends that inject faith into our journey. It's a critical thing, and I can't say that enough. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we've spoken a lot about that. Number 2 is friends that celebrate us, which is kind of part of number 1.
Yeah.
Like they celebrate us. They celebrate even before those things germinate.
Yeah.
Before those things, you need friends that have visions.
Yeah.
You get friends that have visions. They don't just have faith, they have visions.
They can
see it.
And they can see you there.
They can see you there. And they call you in line with the vision that they have. So you're supposed to keep your dreams with your friends.
Yeah.
Again, this thing about, this Nollywood inspired revelation. That if Joseph had known, Joseph would have kept quiet. How do you read your Bible? That's wisdom, but that's not the wisdom of God. That Joseph would have kept his mouth shut. He was going not. That's self-preservation. That's survival thinking, right? If I have a dream, I would shout it at the rooftop to the people that are close to me. These are my brothers. They are my elder brothers, right? This is what I saw. And if I said it beyond how I'm supposed to say. That's the place I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
vulnerable.
that's you. It should be your safe.
Safe
You should
space.
be a safe space for your friend to make mistakes, to be loud, to
Yes,
be
now.
everything.
That's the
should
place
be
I'm
a safe
supposed
space.
to overextend myself. That's the place I'm supposed to say it. So
Because where else? Where else do you? Is it when you go outside you want to go and?
then you now have living suspicion. Like it's just the shawuru kind of stuff.
That's
I'm
it,
telling
like
you.
shawuru.
You now write it like don't tell anybody. You just be keeping secrets. It's the same way when you want to do evil, you do not tell anybody. You not tell or you will now do evil. God will now catch you. Or the devil will now catch you. Like that, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. Like all this, don't let them. You see friends that women. Fear women.
Don't fear women. That's worldly.
Fear women.
That's
This is not wisdom of God. This is wisdom. This is wisdom of the earth. Fear women.
Why? What do women do?
Women, girls now, ladies, married ladies, they have a stack of photographs that they are not exposing. That photograph bank can last for 9 months. Because when they get pregnant, they will not post their pregnancy.
Why don't do that?
I'm just saying. They will not post their pregnancy. They'll not be. Just that she has given birth.
And so that thing is stemming from somewhere. That thing is not even a women. It's a cultural thing.
It's moved with
It's
fear.
fear, yes.
It's
and suspicion.
fear-based.
Because people around you know you're pregnant now. So if the evil eye that you are hiding from social media, the people around you.
Will not tell. You see people, they won't tell their parents that they got a new job. They won't tell
People
their
that are
parents.
traveling.
That one. You be talking to someone.
Told them before you know it.
Let me try. You don't hear that this person has relocated. Brothers will not tell each other. I know my friend say, what? The day before say, one of my brothers said, Agla de Lusa, Marvelous Marvin, Agla the crooked monster, fear Agla. Agla. He just called all of us, then we should come together. He just wants to host us. The guy don't get visa. He said, what? He said, I'm traveling. After that, when we reach out, we hear say, he's not the only one traveling, though. His family is relocating. It's good. But when you have friends, you should be able to keep your dreams with your friends. Your friends should speak into your dreams. Your friends should, sometimes when the going gets tough, we want to negotiate those dreams. That's why you keep your dreams with your friends.
Yeah.
Your tested friends, right? Your selected friends, because you're no longer going to select accidental friends.
Yeah,
we're in the same department, so we are friends. Pastor said you people have to be no.
You have to be way more intentional than
the
that.
person that you know that will help your life
is in another department.
Is in choir,
I'm telling
and
you.
your voice is not go and join choir. When they say you cannot sing, then they do audition. Say okay, raise your hand. Say what? Say I cannot sing, I cannot drum. I will take care of the instruments. Just be around because you know that this guy is my friend. Some of us, you just leave Bible study. Go and join, what they call it, protocol. Or no, greeters.
Stay with Bible study. Still go and join greeters. They don't know their Bible. You need to know your Bible.
No, you can. No, but I'm just saying, just be that intentional in terms of. But then so that when you have now found those people, you then know that these guys are supposed to help you.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, you are not, I like what you said, we are to do life with our friends.
Yeah.
All that you have to do life is not enough. So with your friends, you're to do life. So take out jealousy, take out all that.
Yeah.
Do the vetting and trust the Lord. And that's why you don't just pick friends casually. You're praying like, Lord, help me.
Yeah.
Help me. Give me good friends. Help me identify the people you've given to me. Let me know them. And then once that happens, then you are committed to them. A part of your commitment to them is not just party going and all that. You show them your dreams. And this is what I believe God is asking me to do. Will you please pray along with me with this? So that the day you come and say,
It's like I want. It's like I would. I would like to do something.
Like maybe you had told us that God has said that orphanages. Then what did you say? Oh, you just say children. People will suffer. Everybody can suffer. Your friend said no.
That's not what you said.
And then they are able to pick you up
Yeah.
to help you still run in line with your dreams. We've done 45 minutes already. And that's a big point. So friends that... So the second thing would then be friends that go to God with you and for you. And we can't be casual about friendship. We have to pray for one another.
Yeah.
Jesus said we should bear one another's
Burdens.
burden, right? So you must have burden bearers as friends. And when I mean burden, I want to extend that beyond prayer burdens. Even financial burden.
Of course.
Emotional burden.
Yeah.
So it has to be friends that bear your burden intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, and welfarely, in terms of your welfare. See, how do you have a friend and you are hungry and you can't ask? You are a bad friend.
You yourself.
You are a bad friend. Yeah.
You not choose your friend way.
Jesus said, guys, wait with me for 1 hour. Jesus was begging his friends to say, guys, chill with me. This thing. And those guys, Jesus knew they didn't have the capacity.
Yeah.
It's because he said the flesh is willing, but the spirit is
The spirit
weak.
is willing, but
The spirit is willing. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is what? It's weak. So even though he knew that these guys didn't have the capacity, he's still asking them, anything una fit do.
Yeah.
You get bread there.
Yeah.
In his analogy, he said about prayer. He said, you have a friend and you are in need. He said, you will not give him because the guy will come and knock your door at 12 midnight and say, I have someone that has come to visit me. Right? And you will risk offending your neighbor and stressing your neighbor in order to take care of your friend.
Yeah.
We go the extra mile for our friends. And you have to demand that your friends go the extra mile for you. And when I mean demand, you need to have an expectation. You need to know that my friend is my friend.
Yeah.
He will give me this.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
You
don't become entitled.
I don't become entitled.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
They're two different. So again, because we are running away from entitlement, we now create a scenario that we're not necessarily pouring into each other anymore. Because I don't want to be entitled. So if I don't want to be entitled, right, which means I won't ask. Now, with the same meat
that I measure
to you.
So if I'm not asking,
I
ain't giving you.
I ain't giving you. So many times we hide selfishness behind lack of or not allowing entitlement.
Yeah.
So it's better if I'm not asking. You two are not asking. All of us, they are
like
you see people, they'll be laughing, but one person is dying and they can't ask.
And it goes back to vulnerability, like you were saying in the previous.
Yeah.
We really, 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 really need to take stock of our relationships and friendships, and then sit down and do the work.
Yeah.
Because vulnerability is work.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's work.
It's work. It's not easy.
Yeah.
To open yourself up to somebody, even to your spouse, it's not 100% easy. Talk less of someone that is not.
I've had my friends extend themselves for me, and it's sweet.
Yeah.
My when I get that, I'm not just getting what they've given me. They give me joy.
Yeah.
There's joy. If I'm stranded and my friend stretches out for me, it's joy.
Yeah.
And it's permission.
Yeah.
Like he helps me realize that I can do it also.
You can. Yeah.
I remember, I can't forget this. In camp many years ago, I had my mentor. He had this Swatch wristwatch. It was one of defining moment of my life. And for me, I always say that God speaks to me in the most random ways, that the things I will, if I tell you them what are the 10 biggest encounters, they will look like nothing to you, but for me, they shape my thinking. And my mentor removed his wristwatch. You see, I was so involved with my mentor that we were celebrating his progress.
Yeah.
Like like when my mentor gets the job, it's a celebration. We celebrate when he gets promoted. Like, hey, yes, it's like, and he really helped me with vulnerability and being open and being honest. He was very honest with me, so it was a culture being honest, right? And then I can't forget, we're at redemption camp. My mentor is a lavish worshiper. Like, he would lie down. I mean, those days, I mean, even till now, remember, like, it's very dusty.
Floor,
He would lie down on the floor, roll, just worship God, tall and some man. The guy used to bust my brain those days, right? And then he just came, opened my hand, and gave me the wristwatch in camp. And that's the most expensive gift that was sorrowful, because they were heavy. And I looked like, and in the moment I knew, I said, God, why? I don't want, like, don't let him give me, don't let him, because I knew that what God was doing, it wasn't the wristwatch. God was, he was enlarging my heart. And I knew he was enlarging my heart towards giving.
Yeah.
Because I have received.
Something of such
God
high
was
value
showing
like
me that if I can give you this, then I can give others through you also.
Yeah.
And and I wore that research with so much guilt for a long time. I wonder, I was in a very hot meeting, and I didn't have offer. I just removed it, I put it inside your offering basket. And I didn't what to do with it. But it scarred me.
Yeah.
And that day I knew that leading someone or being friends with someone or being in a relationship with someone will cost you.
It will cost
me.
you. Yeah.
And it prepared me for it. It prepared me for it. So I look forward to those opportunities where I can be I can play a critical role in a dim moment for my friend. Now, anybody that knows me knows I don't entertain sense of entitlement, right? I don't believe in just not helping people be able to stand for themselves and pursue and all that. I feel like sometimes gifting and giving to people can choke.
Yeah, it can be detrimental.
Can be detrimental. And God has trained me also in that. I've been in seasons in my life where the people that loved me and have always given to me would not just give. And
so
it has never raised any sense of offense.
Yeah.
In fact, when those moments happen, I start laughing and say, I know what you're doing, Lord. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And I key into it. I key into it. And I look forward to those moments where people that, because
looked up to.
I know that it's like a promotion, like God has promoted me, and all that. So being there, we must bear one another's burden. That's friendship. You must bear one another burden. You must be there for your friend. It has to cost you times in prayer for your friend. Financial money. You have to remove money. Isn't that you give your friend 100K and if he does not give you back, it defines everything.
Oh my God.
Shay knows. He knows
That.
He knows that if he gives me money,
you're even a crook.
If the guy will say, Korede.
At this point, even me, I'm tired of you.
Because if I give you money, I don't day. You get. That's the thing. Like,
I get.
Of course. So we have to define the money. So I said, Father, if he raise me, he said, wait. He said, wait. Is he raise you or give you? He said, no. So I said, I want to travel. That I need. I said, how far now? You get anything? He said, yes. Now I want you. I told him they are myself. No wala. Then when I wanted to give me, I said, wait. Oh, not be that one. They say you give me, I'll give you back. He said, so I don't get it. We are that open with one another, and I know that if he has it, such that he won't need it back. Or it has not been apportioned for something, he would give me.
Yeah.
He would gladly, happily give me. So if I ever call my friend, I said, I need this, and he said, I don't have it, right? I mean, we've been in I mean, it's always interesting. Like he's trying to close the deal and he's looking for money. We'll now be in the room.
I'm looking for plotting.
And I would be calling my own contacts.
Yeah.
Like I will borrow money for my friend. Oh, what if he does not pay? But I have vetted him.
Yeah, that's the beginning of and you vetted with values. On values. It's not you didn't just
if I put
it's not fair whether just pick somebody
it's not
randomly.
just anybody.
No.
If I put money in his and he can't pay, but it's our debt.
I'm telling you,
right?
You look for how you pay
because back. That money I'm putting. When he blows, it's our blowing. It's our blowing. Oh my God. So it's really carrying your friend's burden.
Friendship will cost you.
You know, you're buying a shoe. Sometimes, instead of buying 4, buy 3 and 1 for your friend. You give offerings to your pastor.
Yeah.
You give gifts to your pastor. That's good. That God will bless you for it.
Give to your friends.
You need to give your friends to give gifts to your friend. Words of gratitude to your friend. That's another place we don't build each other. Like we take each other for granted. Don't take your friends for granted. Respect your friends. Let your acquaintances know that you respect your friends.
Yeah.
Let your acquaintances know you're an acquaintance. This is my friend. Let the devil know that you respect your friend.
Yeah.
You go build your friend. Forgive your friends. It's another way of building your friends up. Forgive your friends. Because many people, we all will make mistakes.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is a critical part of friendship.
Of relationships generally. Yeah.
Say sorry to your friends.
Yeah.
Be able to say, guy, I'm sorry. You know, I mean, so I was discussing with a friend in the car and we're discussing, and one day he just came to my house and told me something wrong that he had done in the past. I said, this thing, I did this. It's wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I said, okay. I didn't even know why. I was like, okay, why is he telling me? 2 days later, or like that same week, we were at a forum where some grievances were being sorted. And the person that had grievances with him stood up and said that thing that my friend had done. And he said it so that I would hear. It was to discredit my friend in front of me. And for some reason, my friend not knowing that was even going to happen, had come to me to tell me. So in my mind, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
And that kept the friendship. Like, okay, no. So we have to forgive one another. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I am not. If you listen to this podcast long enough, it will be clear. I'm remotely not perfect. You are remotely not perfect. You have to forgive your friends.
We have to extend grace to one another. We have to extend grace to one another.
That's what friendship is all about. You have to, and that's how you don't change friends every 5 years.
Yeah.
You don't get promoted.
And then
you change your circle of friends.
Yeah,
it's foolishness.
Yeah.
Can I announce to you? It is foolishness. I mean, transitions happen where great people, lovely people, by marriage, by distance, by all that, but it's no longer practical to be friends.
But not that you now say because of your status, your new status,
or people use friendships as gimmicks, ladder,
to climb.
Let me be close to this person.
It's transactional.
Yes,
don't do that. And that's my problem with all this networking that we do, even in church.
Yeah.
My slight issue with it is there's a tendency to lose the whole idea of fellowship and brethren-ship and enter. When you get into a room, you're looking for who's going to benefit you, who's going to move you to the next level, who's going to move your career. I don't think we should start relationships like that. That shouldn't be the basis of
values at the basis for relationships. And one of the things you realize is that then you start seeing longevity in those relationships. You see longevity. I was talking about my mom in the last episode, right? You see longevity. Why don't we have longevity in our friendship? Why is it that you went to secondary school, you changed your friends. You went to university, you changed your friends. You started working, you changed your friends. You left the first job, you went to second job, you changed your friends. You went to the top job, you changed your friends. Nah. The people in my life have been consistent.
Yeah.
I've had people in my life for 20 years.
Yeah.
And when I get to it on a job and I find a friend, when I leave the job, the person remains my friend.
Yeah.
Because even on the job, I'm looking for true friendship that is guided by godly values that people have. So if I'm on the job and you have the right values and we become friends based on those value systems, well, if I leave the job, I don't leave you. You get. Again, even with my bosses, right? Because it's based on values, right? I tell people, almost all my bosses, the only boss I've had that I can't walk into his office, or I couldn't walk into his office, was the one that was like in Kanka and all those things, right? And he got born again. And I met him. And then he looked for me. Because he was excited about it. He wanted to tell me, like, said, do you know that when we're in that, we're the only one that could look at me in the face and tell me, I don't believe in this. So it was clear on you. And he looked for me. And then he's like my friend. So everywhere I've worked, all my bosses, like, they can call me. If my boss should ask me, any of my bosses, they ask me for anything, it's done. I mean, one of the things we're going to talk about relationship is mentorship and followership and all that, which is probably the next episode, right? But we've talked about building one another as friends today. It's important. You are there to build your friends. You're not there to use your friends, but to build your friends. They're two different things. You must be available to your friends. You must be committed to your friends. You must bear their burdens. It will cost you something. And the way to know that someone is your friend is that you are able to truly extend yourself to your friend. And you are able to demand or expect such such.
You should know that your friend really has your back.
If you don't know that your friend has your back, they most likely don't.
You should
or you have not been a good friend.
Exactly.
Like.
So I was gonna say at the last episode that we recorded that I think that after this conversation on friendship, what would happen is there would be a lot of redefinitions of friendships.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily throwing away what you have, except the core values are not the same. If the core values are not the same, again, what business does light have with darkness? If that's the case, then you can't have any business with that. You should change. But then with friendships where you're believers, you really know and perceive that this person is God's plan and God's provision for you, then there has to be, you yourself have to have a redefinition of what friendship is and what it should be, and you probably also have to have a conversation to say, this thing, the way we have been doing it up until now, it cannot continue like that.
And it's a lifelong thing. See, there are people that are 50 are looking for friends. And I'll end with this. I was talking to my spiritual father, and he was telling me about a particular minister that told him that he hasn't been really friendly with him. And like, you don't invite me for your meetings. And then my spiritual father said to me, he said, that guy comes to Lagos every time. Number one, he's not my mate, I'm way older than him. Two, he comes to Lagos every time. He does not know where I live. So that guy was now saying that in reference to another minister who is big, that my spiritual father is close to. I'm like, is it because that guy is big? He said, that guy that they're saying is big. He says, the guy knows my house. He says, he comes to my house. Anytime he's in Lagos, he makes it a duty to call me. He said, the guy even called me once and said, guy, we're not my friend though. I see you as an elder brother. He said, even though he says he honors me, he says he said he gives me, he will sow into my life. He says he values me and he's open about it to me. He said that's how you do relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
So you cannot, it has to be intentional. Is there someone you really know that I tell people, there are people you must visit. You will go and visit them. You will visit them until they say, your visit is too much. You will visit them.
Put in the work. You have to put in the work.
When I met Relax.
Relax was that's what they are calling intentional.
Relax, MC Energy King. His energy was too much for me.
Too much for Korede.
I'm conservative.
Korede could not.
I'm like, I'll tell my wife, who is this guy?
But Relax insisted.
He will be laughing if I say, you are my brother.
I'm telling you.
We have
the same pattern.
We have the same pattern. I'm tracking you. You are my brother. You are my brother.
Oh my God. He didn't. It wasn't just mouth. He wasn't just saying it.
I bless God
Yes,
every day.
yeah.
He's been such a huge.
Yeah.
Imagine someone is forcing himself into your life.
Yeah.
Now I am saying he's a huge blessing to me. Like in every way, he cares for me. He loves me. He checks up on me. He gives to me. I give to him. We love each other. Do you understand? That's friendship.
Yeah.
You get, and it cuts across age. You might the person can be older than you, and person you make him your friend. Person can be younger than you,
because there should be respect and honor across board.
Yes, now
generally, right?
I was trying not to open that honor thing. You have to honor your friends.
You should now, of course. You
honor
should.
your friends.
You should.
Honor is a culture.
Yes,
it's not something we give to men of God
or older people.
It's not, it's not something we give to men of God. It's a culture that we have.
Yes,
and we give it to our friends. Yeah. We give it to men of God who God is using to bless us and to pour into our lives. We give it to our friends who God is using to bless us and to pour into our lives. We give it to the people behind us.
Yeah.
We honor our children. We honor everybody. Oh, especially those of the household of faith. Everybody in the household of faith is a special target of honor. And then, of course, our men of God, we honor them. In fact, if you cannot honor people around you, your honor for the man of God na scam. It's not true. It's not the spirit. You have started playing. You're
playing. It's a game. You want to collect something. You want to get something. It's transactional.
It's transactional.
Yeah.
Honor everybody.
Yeah.
And you will get a blessing from everybody, and everybody in particular, in their own different postures and positions. It's been another scintillating.
I'm telling you, I can't believe 1 hour. I can't believe it.
That 1 hour.
I'm telling you, it's
like
over.
An hour is already over. Ask me questions.
Please,
ask us questions.
Ask
Ladi questions. Be transformed. And I like what Ladi said. Like, take an inventory.
Yeah.
Write the things you need to do. Write out your values again. Write out those people again.
Yeah.
Consciously. You know, I'm hoping that someone is going to create gifts and say, I had to send a gift to someone that has really, really been kind to me recently. Like, I don't have a lot to give to the person, but I felt like this man has been kind to me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just show him that, like, really, I see your kindness.
Yeah.
Thank you for being kind to me. You get, so you need all those people. You get, rearrange those things.
Yeah.
There are friends that you've left behind because now you're working in Google. And because he's a secondary school teacher. My friend, close early and go and sit in that secondary school.
Yeah.
And sit there with him. Your friend does not need to change his house for him to be your friend. His lack of value system that makes us select friends based on social economic classes.
Yeah.
When you are members of the same kingdom.
I'm telling you.
Jesus, the word of God says that if someone is rich, he comes into your midst. Don't give him special seat. You give people special seat because they are popular. So that your the likes on your Instagram can be higher. That's not good.
Let's behave ourselves, all of us.
Love your guy. Please. Say, this one is my guy. Love your guy. I think it's been a brilliant episode. I've really enjoyed it. Yes. Some of these episodes I actually listen to, I'm like, oh, more. I'm taking learning.
Spitting bars.
No, apart from the bars, I'm like, oh, man. Some of these are like, oh, I need to.
So you need to add this one.
I don't talk calm. I do
go practice
well.
They tell you.
Maybe I did it once or twice, and I said, no, it must be a culture.
Yeah.
Guys, we love you.
Thank you so much.
It's been an amazing episode.
Yep.
We've had so much fun bringing this to you. Till we come your way next time
for another scintillating episode.
You see, I remain your host. Your host. My name is Zachariah, aka AK.
Ololade.
With my pretty wife.
Oh, good. I was going to say that this is in 3. You do not say.
The mother of my children. My sweetie Porero. We'll go anywhere. We are going to go and cook. And we eat together. God bless you.
Take
we love
care.
you.
Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Time. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.